surfaced like this, and you could paint gelatin. You could pour, you could take this off and pour gelatin onto the surface here, and pour just enough so that all the surfaces are level with gelatin. In other words, you're going to fill in this with gelatin.
The gelatin with also the...
No, not with anything in it. If you just wanted to transfer it, just gelatin. If you just wanted to have this be wood, like you wanted to see the wood and not fill in all this, I mean, not do a fresco, you would just do straight gelatin. And you take this off and make gelatin super concentrated and pour it, and you just wait for it to set up. Pull the tape away, do your transfer, let it dry. Now, because this is one piece of wood and it has grain, this thing's going to warp terribly. So it's not exactly dimensionally stable. But that could be part of the effect that you're going for. You know, the fact that it will warp or cup could be fine. But that's just one way. I mean, that adds a serious funk to whatever it is that you want to work. The other thing you can do is to, you could fill in these areas with, you could cut your image into strips and actually transfer into these spots. Because you have something pretty even here. So you could use the Bonnie Lahota method, which is the DAS super sauce, and actually just take your image, you have a full image here, coat this, but you've already cut your image into 5 strips. One that's this size, one that's this size, one that's this size. You're going to coat this, but because you've made your image striped or cut up, you can push it down into this to transfer. And that's one way to do it, but you definitely will have a separation. You will not be able to force this film down into these grooves.
Right.
Your best bet is to cut it so that you have a flat surface here, a flat surface here, and a flat surface here. So that would be one way to work on something that has this kind of dimension. You can make a skin and put it on there too.
Would you always get like a plasticky surface on it though?
Yeah, you're always going to get a plasticky surface. So the way you deal with plasticky surfaces, you go over them with either wax or hot wax, let it cool, buff it out, or go over it with a matte acrylic and seal things with matte them down. And that's the only way to eliminate gloss. I mean, a lot of this process has gloss in it. So now to just transfer to something wonderful and smooth like this without any additional materials than the ones that we've discussed or haven't